I think we need to ask these groups who are so anti-Alaska hunter, I'd like to ask them, why are they attacking our native traditions? Because this is native tradition. And many of these anti-hunting activists, they're members of extreme animal rights groups that are, well, to be blunt, they are crazy. And one of these groups actually condemned the president last month for killing a fly during a television interview. You saw that? Now, I have a lot of issues with our current president, Lord knows I do, but killing a fly is not one of them, and I swat away, Mr. President. And I hope our president enjoys a big, juicy steak after that, to wash it down with a beer. Real presidents eat meat. You know, these people, they were going to go that far, and they were serious about it. Some of these activists, I'm convinced, they're in love with a Disney cartoon version of animals, and they're against hunting because, you know, they think that we're killing Bambi's mom, and I don't know how to break this to them without sounding heartless, because I do love animals too, but here's the truth. Bambi's mother is dinner in LA even. Where do they think that the meat comes from in their Whole Foods markets and their chi-chi restaurants? Do they think that their roasted venison came from deer that just died of natural causes? Yuck. Ooh. And where do they think that their leather shoes and alligator belts and bags and leather Maserati seats come from? And those who are total vegetarian, total vegan, I have the utmost respect for, because at least they're not hypocrites. They're not, vegans don't believe in, you know, touching anything of an animal that would harm that animal. At least I can respect where they're coming from. But for the most part, some of these folks, they just, again, common sense flying out the window. I think we have a healthier respect for nature up here, because we do hunt and fish and harvest our own food, and we do understand that predator control, you know, is a necessary and scientifically sound method for maintaining a healthy game population, healthy moose and caribou populations. I've often suspected that some of these anti-hunting groups, they love animals more than they love people, and their campaign against our predator control program proves it, I think, what's going on with this. They don't care that our rural communities especially depend on healthy moose and caribou herds for their food. We don't just drive to a local Fred Meyer out there in Koliganek or out in Ekwok. You can't just go drive somewhere and buy meat or go to a cattle farm nearby. It is living off the land and hunting that game that God has provided in a local community. It seems that they have more of a love for predatory wolf packs than they do for real-life, hungry human beings in Alaska. But what I don't understand is this. Why do they love the wolves so much, but disregard the caribou and moose calves that are eaten up by the wolves? And where's the love for the little baby moose and caribou calves? I think maybe where we need to start our own propaganda campaign, and we can make a poster showing a cute little baby caribou calf saying, "Movie stars, why do you hate me so much?" See, a wolf will eat the baby calf, of course, and the wolf calf will brutally and by very bloody means destroy a herd. And, you know, you never hear the celebrity starlets talking about that aspect of nature. No, and what they're doing is accusing us of aerial hunting of wolves. In fact, people claim that I personally aerial hunt wolves, as if in my spare time, just for fun, I get to go smoke a pack. And skid, you know, with one arm while I unload an AK-47 with the other, and I like to pretend like I'm a really good shot, but yeah, I think that's going a little bit far. Of course, as you all know, aerial hunting is illegal by both federal and state law. They ignore that fact. And I don't know how many times I've told outside journalists that predator control is not hunting. They're clueless about fair chase. They're clueless about what hunting really is about. Our Department of Fish and Game issues special permits to skilled volunteers in specific control areas, and we monitor them carefully. Corey Rossi is in charge of this, and he's doing an awesome job, and he's here tonight. Our program is effective. Sound, and there are no politics played in our management for abundance practices. We've saved whole caribou herds that were being wiped out by a single wolf pack, and lethal predator control is the only way to deal with these wolves. The alternative methods don't work, but we would never permanently harm, we would never destroy our wolf population either. Our Constitution instructs us to manage for abundance, all species. Our management system is designed to maintain a healthy population of all our wildlife, and we're lucky to have the help of skilled volunteers who know what they're doing and are permitted by Fish and Game to do this. But get a load of this. Just this week, a senator from California introduced a bill that would outlaw Alaska's use of volunteers and would basically put an end to all predator control in Alaska. Again, outside interests butting their nose into Alaska's business, and this was reported by Alaska Public Radio just a couple of days ago on the 29th. It's called the Protect America's Wildlife Act. Senator Feinstein's bill will prevent Alaska from issuing our special permits to skilled pilots. And right there, we see what this bill really is all about, what it will do. It will force the state of Alaska to grow government, because the bill will make it so that only state or federal employees, bureaucrats, can use aerial control methods. In other words, we're going to have to hire these volunteers and make them state employees, and we're going to have to pay them to do what they used to do for free to help their communities and to help feed their families. And that is what they would do for free because they believe in it and they know that it is a sound practice and it does help our communities. So they would do that, and yet government perhaps will succeed in forcing us to kowtow to the feds with these anti-hunting, anti-Second Amendment activists. And that's not even the worst part of the bill. The worst part is the bill makes it illegal for us to use lethal predator control unless the moose and caribou population is on the verge of extinction. And this is going to be subjective. We won't be able to manage for abundance. We won't be able to fulfill the mandates of our Constitution. This bill robs us of our rights and our ability to manage a healthy game population to feed Alaskans. We're going to have to watch as the moose and the caribou die out, and the game that feeds our family is no longer available. This is a senator from California who doesn't know what she's talking about. And of course, the bill calls for ending basically all human hunting or, quote, regulated takes of the declining population. Our native communities, I guess, can just go hungry as the wolves decimate the protein source that they rely on. This is a direct assault on the subsistence lifestyle of Alaskans, and it's an assault on all hunting in Alaska. They want to end our right to hunt, and frankly, this is an assault on our state constitution, which calls for managing for abundance. The federal government is once again trying to overstep its bounds, and I find it shocking that our local media has not picked up on this story. We need to step up and make our voices heard on this. We need to stiffen our spines and encourage our congressional delegation and our state leadership to address this issue, not just sit back, but do something about this issue. And as I say, I take issue with the media because I think the media makes things up, and I call them on it when they make things up. This morning, Todd is my witness. We have Alaskan reporters who are ignoring this issue that I just explained to you that they should be on top of because it has to do with our state's constitution. They would ignore this, but I kid you not, Todd and I spent our morning having to deal with an attorney and a spokesperson, having to deal with network news anchors who were reporting that a couple of very irrelevant things. Oh, that I bought a place in the Hamptons. That I bought land in Montana, and that I was taking the kids. I was leaving Todd in Alaska, and I was going to go live. Irrelevant, stupid, made-up things, and that's what we had to spend our time on this morning, talking about that with lawyers and attorneys, setting the record straight, instead of important things that the media, and again, I do take issue with so many things that they make up, but part of their sin is a sin of omission, that they would not even bother to cover an issue like that that is so potentially adversely affecting of our state. And I am encouraging our new state leadership, too, to not be intimidated by the flashy propaganda circuses that come out of D.C. and that come out of Hollywood, especially when it comes to our Second Amendment rights and our hunting rights. Our predator control measures do work. We have managed our wildlife for abundance, and we don't need Hollywood celebrities telling us what to do. Whether it comes to protecting our families, or filling our freezers, our guns are an important part of our life up here, and we will never apologize for proudly clinging to them. And I want to talk just very briefly about recently legal developments that have occurred concerning our Second Amendment rights, and I want to take the opportunity to get to thank the NRA for the leadership on these issues. 2 courts of appeal covering New York and Illinois held that the Second Amendment does not apply to the states. Remember that? And in fact, Obama's Supreme Court Justice nominee Sonia Sotomayor was one of the judges who ruled against incorporation of the right to keep and bear arms into the rights that a state must recognize. Good God, she didn't see the logic in that. And then a 3rd Court of Appeals, our 9th Circuit, recently ruled that the Second Amendment does apply to the states, though. Yes. However, in recent days, the 9th Circuit now has decided to review its decision, and that's a scary thought, that the 9th Circuit would they made a good decision, now I got to review that decision. The Second Amendment should apply to all of the states, period, and that is why the appeal filed by the NRA that you made there, the leadership shown. Now we're going to talk real quickly about victory for a change. We'll end on a very good note. It's a good note for freedom. Last year, our individual right to bear arms was upheld in a landmark Supreme Court decision. Speaking, of course, of the Heller decision. So many diverse pro-Second Amendment groups worked together on that case. If it weren't for the NRA, I don't know where we would be in terms of being able to coordinate the efforts and get it together and be able to protect the rights that are inherent, that so many of us believe in, and again, that our young men and women in uniform are fighting and would be willing to die for. So many diverse pro-Second Amendment groups worked together on that case, and it was a great victory for freedom-loving patriots. Justice Scalia, when he wrote the court's opinion, he stated, "It is not the role of this court to pronounce the Second Amendment extinct." Thank you, Justice Scalia. On behalf of every American patriot, we thank him for his logic, his common sense with such a statement. It is right on. And let me just add to Justice Scalia's words, it's not the role of anyone to pronounce the Second Amendment extinct. No president, no senator, no congressman, no judge, certainly no celebrity can take away our guaranteed individual right to keep and bear arms. And I thank you for allowing me to kind of preach to the choir, because I know that you're already there with me. God bless you and keep it.
What we have is the NRA's gold medal from NRA affiliated gun collectors, and on the back it reads Award of Merit for the Promotion of Gun Collecting. And this medal has only been awarded twice in the last 10 years, both of those times right here in Anchorage.
Governor Palin, it's an honor. On behalf of our 4 million plus members, the officers, the board of directors, and the gun collectors committee of the NRA. It's a privilege, and I'm proud to present to you the Gold Medal Award of Merit for the promotion of gun collecting. Governor Palin.
Now we have a presentation to Governor Palin by the Ohio Gun Collectors Association. I believe it's going to be done by Frank Hodges.
Well, I'm not Frank Hodges. He's the better looking one to my left. I'm Joe Pittenger. I was the past president of the Ohio Gun Collectors. We've got a presentation here that we did just before I left office. It is an honorary life membership to Sarah Palin for her work that she has done.
And Governor, this shopping bag is not a comment about your current employment status. We brought some of the accoutrements that go with the life membership of the OGCA, and I hope you're going someplace cool on vacation because we have enough in here for the family.
Oh, good. I love it. And they're my own clothes. They will be borrowed by you.
Now we have a presentation by the Missouri Valley Arms Collectors. It's going to be done by President Ray Enyard and Rick Pope.
No, I'm not the president. We kind of had a rearrangement. I'm the NRA liaison. But and in kind thanks for your being open with everybody and admitting your membership of the NRA. The membership of the Missouri Valley Arms Collector voted to upgrade your membership to endowment. However, when we sent it to Major Jim Land, somehow it came back with benefactor.
Governor, I have the privilege to announce to you that one of our honorary life members, I believe he's the only honorary life member at this time that is a resident of Alaska, nominated you to become a member of Missouri Valley Arms Collectors Association, and I had the honor of nominating you to become an honorary life member of Missouri Valley Arms Collectors. And there's a little-known politician in our parts of the woods that was a member of our organization. I believe his name was Harry Truman, and he too had a little bit of problem with the press, but he went in and threatened to punch him in the nose, and they kind of quit. So we decided to give you his number in our organization, and we're proud to have you in our organization.
Now we have a presentation to Governor Palin by the Dallas Arms Collectors, Jim Chapman, Vice President.
Governor Palin, one of the things we'd like to do is to represent this to you as honorary life member of the Dallas Arms Collectors, and it does have certain rights established with it. One of the things is that annually life members have the right to take and buy one of the club guns, and you now have possession of the Freedom Arms 45 long Colt with the DACA member. We have not forgotten about your husband Todd, that we also have a yearly knife. So you see, we know that he's a trapper, hunter, and fisherman. This is a DACA 2009 Now, would present that to your husband. We'd appreciate it. Oh, and you do have your life membership badge here. And your good luck, DACA. Here we go. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And standing over by the door, the fellow just to the right of the door, is Lee Penwell, and he's, the gun has to go through his license. So before you leave tonight, if you want to take the gun home, you'll have to fill out the appropriate form, which he brought all the way from Eagle River so that you can take the gun home tonight. Great. The governor has to leave, but I promised one guy from Wisconsin, where I'm from originally, that he'd get to make a presentation. Bill Gamble, and I told Bill, you have 1 minute and 1 minute only. And if he takes more than 1 minute, we're going to knock him off the stage. That's 10 seconds just to walk up here, Bill.
I'll try to be as quick as I can.
You got 1 minute.
Okay, just let me know when the 10 seconds comes because he's going to stand behind me with a loaded gun. I think you will. Anyway, my name is Bill Gamble. I'm from Manitowoc, Wisconsin. I'm very proud of the city and county where I come from because Manitowoc has a rich history and heritage about helping this country, in this country in a lot of things. Manitowoc ice machines, Manitowoc cranes, the big red one at Ground Zero.
10 seconds left.
A lot of things left. But anyway, I and so many sportsmen and conservatives and Christians from the state of Wisconsin were so overwhelmed and just joyful when John McCain named Sarah Palin as his running mate. On top of all of that, we just want to say thank you because we think that she's the greatest thing that really went. And I'm sorry it didn't go the way it did, but God bless Sarah Palin, God bless her family, and I've got a couple of gifts for all of them. And it's from me and all the fine people of Wisconsin because we need Sarah Palin there. Okay. I got some gifts for here. You know what a Stormy Kroner hat is?
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's the one for me from Green Bay, but I got one in here for you. Lucy, you got one that goes up the park, you know what I mean? Go with that, I'll take this one. But to go with that, Sarah, Harley Davidson are made in Wisconsin, of course. And I don't know if you ride a Harley, but maybe sometime at point you will. But this is a jacket from Harley Davidson and my local Harley Davidson dealers. I got some other things, but I got just one last one.
I know, I knew this would happen.
I got things for your family members, whatever, but this one I think you're going to really appreciate. The Green Bay Packers, you know, that's where I come from.
Yeah.
And you got one little fellow in there that, it's a little big for him, but I want that little guy of yours to trick with him.
Thanks, Phil. That wasn't bad. You did good.
Let me thank you so much, especially for thinking of my family, you guys. And in fact, little Trigger will absolutely love this. And speaking of him, yes, I think that if there's any evidence that must be showing of our proof that we do support our Second Amendment rights, naming our kid Trig, and people, of course, say Trigger. You named your kid for a part of a gun, and my nephew, whose middle name is Remington, there's a we live it. We walk the walk, not just talk the talk. So thank you so much for thinking of my